video, I want to talk all about confidentiality. Now, confidentiality is something that is really, really important. It's important in everything that you do in life, but it's really explicitly important when you work as a nanny or as anything in some kind of family, because you have access to people's private lives. You have access to things that most people will never have access to. If you think about, if you have a house or when you live at home and you open your front door and somebody comes into your house, and say somebody lived in your life, kind of in your house for a week, and they saw you bickering with your partner, they saw you loading the dishwasher, they saw you walking around in your underwear, and they saw you the way you spoke on the phone, and how many glasses of wine you had in the evening, and how sometimes you really, got really upset about life, and how sometimes you were just like normal, and how maybe you weren't always the person that the outside world saw. And that's what it's like when you're a nanny. You see people for who they really are and not for the version that the world will see. And it's so important that that family have complete and utter confidence that you will never tell anyone about what goes on in their lives. And I was really horrified to see that one of our girls had come across a thread in a group that said, so who in here works for a high profile family, or a family that would be deemed high profile? And whilst the commenters and the question didn't explicitly say who is it you work for, not that shouldn't be discussed. Yes, they might be high profile. Okay, let's say they're a Formula 1 driver. Great, they're a Formula 1 driver, but that's not who employs you. They're a dad or a mum, and those are their children that you're looking after. They're not somebody super famous in their home, they're just mum or dad. And that's a great and wonderfully grounding thing about children, is they will still refer to you as mummy and daddy. Doesn't matter who you are, how important the outside world thinks about you, but they will still treat you in the same way. They'll still have the same tantrums, they'll still have the same challenges, and so it's just something that I wanted to say, was that please don't discuss anything to do with your job, the intricacies of your job, with anybody. Now, across the board, we're going to be changing what we do at Freckles, because I feel very much so that we need to up our game and we need to protect our families more. And so we will be backdating it, but also going forward, everyone will be signing NDAs when they join the company. That means an NDA is a non-disclosure agreement. It means that they won't be able to disclose any information about any of the families that they find any information out about, regardless of whether they work for them or not. And they will be signing that prior to being able to be considered for any role. I know that's something that Norland do as well, and now we're taking the lead from them, because I think that's a really good thing to do. And also in all of our contracts, there is already a confidentiality clause, and we'll be highlighting kind of the importance of that to everyone a bit more. Now, confidentiality also goes as far as kind of social media comments and posting images. Now, some families that might say that's okay, and of course most families will want you to take photos of what you guys are up to in the day, but it's just where and how you use those images. And most contracts will explicitly say you have no right to post about them online. You can't disclose things like where the family are on holiday, the fact that they're even away on holiday. So just think about what you're doing and what you're saying. But I just really want to drill home that these people, whether they're high profile or not, are parents. And it's somebody's life, it's someone's privacy that we are privileged enough to be a part of. And I just want to make it so clear to you that you can't talk about it. You just can't discuss it in detail. And you have a duty to protect those children and just give them the best possible upbringing. If you have any questions about it, if it raises any concerns, and of course if you need help and you need support, that's different. Now, if you're one of our kind nannies, you can talk to us about anything, it's all completely confidential, but make sure you've got people that can support you with it. Any questions, then let me know, but just remember, keep those things under wraps. And a really great great analogy for this is that we use in training is your words are like toothpaste that's in a tube, and you know when you squeeze a tube of toothpaste too hard and the toothpaste comes squirting out the end and you're like, I don't need that much toothpaste, you can't get it back in the tube. It just doesn't go back in. And it's like your words are like that. Once you've said something about someone's family, your words are there like floating around the ether of the universe, and there's nothing you can do to take that back. So think about what you're doing, think about the privilege and the honour that you have, check your contracts and make sure you know where you stand, and of course any questions that let me know. Now that's it from me this week. I'll be back next week with another video on anything and everything to do with nannying, childcare and children. See you later.